Hello everyone and welcome to Crypto Ripto. I'm Christian and in today's video we're going to be looking at Decentraland and why Mana pumped that 10%. Well, as you can see by the logos above me, it did announce a partnership with Samsung. So people have said, is Mana going to save my portfolio or is it going to hold my portfolio? Well, we're going to have a look at the price chart action and the news to see what it says, to see if you should be aping into what is already been a massive pump and gone against the crypto grain. So if you want to know more about Mana, Decentraland and its partnership with Samsung, stay tuned and let's get into the video. So before I start this awesome video, I have to say anything that you see, hear or choose to ignore is not financial advice. Obviously this bit's scripted because I'm no financial advisor, I'm here for your educational purposes only. So with that bit out of the way, we have to say that Mana has gone against the crypto grain. But with its 10% pumps, I would not be aping into Mana as of yet. Long-term project, I think it's really good. And things like Samsung, you know, backing it and going in there are really positive news. But let's have a look at the Samsung news and that all-important price chart action. And then you can do your own research, determine if you need to get into Mana now or what's a good buying area for you. So let's jump straight into CoinMarketCap and the Mana news. Boom. So as you can see, Decentraland, as I said, it has decreased by about 8.5%. But as you can see from here, it did have a massive pump. Now, if we go into the 7-day price, you'll see that it was trading all the way down here around the 250s, 280s, a bit of scammy wick down here, sorry, to the 270s, and then bosh, straight up into the atmosphere of $3.43. But again, that's no surprise off the back of the news that Samsung's partnering up with it. And then obviously the people that seen these massive exponential gains obviously sold off a little bit. Then came what we know in the business as the relief rally and hit the same highs again. Again, the market makers, the paper hands selling off, and it went back down to these levels here. Then you've got the latecomers, the people that heard the news late or have come in a little bit after the started, you know, fashionably latecomers to the market, and it had a bit more of a relief rally. But as you can imagine, the people on the sidelines, the veterans, the one that have got the money in there, absolutely started selling off. But I'm going to go into the actual trading chart and do a bit more price chart action afterwards. But first of all, let's have a look at the news of Decentraland. So here you can see Samsung launches a metaverse store in Decentraland, and this is the news people are waiting for, because obviously a lot of people say in the trading world, you buy the rumor and you sell the news. So the news shot out, the price shot up and people started selling it. Now, as you can see, the latest thing with a lot of companies are that they want metaverse land, because obviously they're setting up the stores, they know it's going to be great for advertising and they know it's going to be really popular. So companies, celebrities alike are absolutely using this opportunity to get in early. We've got things like Atari, Snoop Dogg and all that buying on the sandbox. So Decentraland now are trying to ramp up to get a lot of the companies in there. And for me, Samsung is a massive, massive one. There'll be other companies and there'll be the hype that whoever lands Apple will be the next big one. But for me, and I think the way Samsung's innovation is and the way they reach out to the new era, I think other than the likes of like Google and Microsoft coming into that area, I think Samsung for me is one of the biggest, if not the biggest. But you leave your thoughts in the comment below who you think are big players that are going to come in or yet to come in to the metaverse area. But you can go over to on Graph. There's a lot of news out there. It does go into great detail about what it is that Samsung are looking to do. The metaverse store is a replica of the real world shop situated in Washington Street, New York City's like meatpacking district. So they've literally just cloned their store, put it in the metaverse, and obviously they'll start coming out with new innovation ideas to do that. But that's if you want to know about that. Some people want to know what's actually going on in the metaverse, and there's some people just want to know purely about the price chart action. So I thought I'd bring this quick update to try and cover a little bit about both. But what we're going to do is now I'm going to jump into Decentraland's Twitter, and they have got a little video on there about the announcement of the Samsung buying a bit of the Metaland. Boom. So as you can see here, Decentraland are absolutely going over level with their tweets. They've got a lot of announcements coming out, not just about the Samsung, but there's a lot of other stuff that you can see in their pin tweet and their raffles, and also what it is they're trying to do with the party award ceremony and stuff. But I think for now, what's caused the price chart to fly up and get everyone excited, and of course save some people's portfolio, is the Samsung. It's a store that they've picked up that says there's a clone of their Washington store. And as you can see from behind me, it is a little bit grainy because I've stretched the video a lot, but you can go over to their Twitter and see this. And it's just going to see what you will see if you go into the Metaland itself. So for me, it is pretty exciting news, but the news has been and gone. So you will now not probably want to ape into Meta or Decentraland. But what it is I will look at is the price chart action. Boom. So as you can see from this chart behind me here, that this line that I've had in for some time now as the resistance at the moment, but was support, and the big support here from all this price chart action from the last kind of flash crash that we had at the beginning of December. You can see that from this price chart action here and this price chart action here where it went sideways, that this has been a key indicator for the Mana decentralized price action all the way now since back on the 16th of December. And I think this is the key areas you need to look at. This for me was strong support on many occasions, and you'll see here that when we dropped below this and we had the crash, then the news come out that the support has been holding strong, and these are 4-hour candles now for pretty much the last to 12 hours. And this for me is key areas. So I wouldn't be aping into Mana yet. I would be using this area as a key strong indicator that when this gets retested, and it will get retested, with the Bitcoin being so low, and if Bitcoin drops down to 40,000, although it's trading at 42 at the moment, we will see this get dragged down a little, and we could see that the new kind of support areas are all the way down here at these kind of levels here, which is $2.80. But for me, how would I trade this? And again, not financial advice. I'll be looking at a retest of this, and if it breaks down below this big area of support here, which is at $3.04, so let's just say $3, I would dollar cost average in buying. So I'll buy a little bit here, a little bit here, until I've seen a reverse in the trend. Now, if you have a look at this trend line here is getting pretty much hit on 1, 2, 3, 4, nearly 5 occasions. And although we've gone above it on these kind of wick areas here, the actual body of the candle has closed. So this 50-day moving average, that it is looking as good resistance. So if you look at the moving average as resistance and you're looking at this area as your support level, you can look at that then to see when it breaks above this and uses this as support, you can see then that this will be in an uptrend, and you'll see this moving average pretty much start moving up. So I would wait for it to break this resistance, and then probably, if you want to be a bit more risky or you've only got a little bit to play with, you could see if a wick goes down there, because I think we're going to get a big pullback on Bitcoin before it starts moving up with a scammy wick down. You could then put a buy order in if you're buying on Binance or somewhere like that. You could put a buy order in for, say, probably even all the way down here, in the hope that it does get a scammy wick down at $2.66, maybe front run it at $2.70, and then hope your order gets filled. But if not, you can always watch it. You can always have that order in there until you watch it, and then when you're happy to buy in, if it's not fulfilled, change your order and then go back in. But there's no harm in being cautious. And again, do your own research, only trade with what you can afford to lose. Again, not financial advice. But this was a quick, dirty update just to say that this is what I think is happening with Mana and Decentraland at the moment. The hype was because of the Samsung thing. I think it's over now. I think it's put Mana in a good trading situation. And overall, with people like Samsung and that backing Mana, Mana is going to be a good project overall. So if you're in it for the long term, look for these low areas of buying in, and then sit back and wait for the blow off tops and then cash out. But for me, if you're looking to do a quick get in, get out entry and lay yourself in a good position, they're the kind of key areas you want to look for. Hope this has helped you out. I hope you found it very informative. Please smash that like button, hit that subscribe button, tickle that bell notification, because it does help the channel and it helps me give you the best information and you get it hot off the press. But as always, like I say on Crypto Ripto, trade smart, trade safe, and don't get wrecked.